Have you ever felt truly lost? Not just missing a turn on your way to a new coffee shop, but deeply, profoundly lost, like the world has spun you around and left you with no map, no compass, and no North Star. That's where our story begins tonight, with a young traveler named Alara, lost in the heart of the Whispering Woods, a place where the trees are so ancient and tangled they say even the sun gets lost trying to find the forest floor. As dusk bled into a deep, starless night, a chill crept into Elara's bones. Every rustle of leaves sounded like a creeping shadow, every snap of a twig like a warning. Hope was a flickering candle flame, about to be extinguished by the wind of despair. She curled up at the base of a great moss-covered oak, pulling her worn cloak tighter, ready to surrender to the cold and the dark. She thought of home, of the warm hearth, the smell of baking bread, the loving faces she might never see again. A single tear traced a path down her dusty cheek. But then something happened. A soft, gentle light began to glow in the distance. It was faint at first, like a firefly waking from a slumber. Alara lifted her head, her heart skipping a beat. The light grew brighter, warmer, and soon it was joined by another, and another, until a dozen small golden orbs floated silently through the trees. They were lanterns, but not like any she had ever seen. They seemed to be made of spun moonlight and captured starlight, each one pulsing with a soft, living energy. Hesitantly, Alara got to her feet. The lanterns didn't burn with a harsh flame, but with a gentle, inviting glow. They bobbed and weaved through the dense woods, creating a luminous path where there was none before. It felt like a dream, a beautiful, impossible dream. Was she imagining it? Was this some trick of the forest? But a warmth spread through her, a feeling of peace she hadn't felt since she'd lost her way. It was a feeling that whispered, "Trust us, follow us." Taking a deep breath, Alara took her first step onto the path of light. The lanterns seemed to respond, moving just ahead of her, always keeping a clear, illuminated trail. They led her over gnarled roots that looked like sleeping dragons, past streams that shimmered with their reflected light, and through clearings she never would have found on her own. The woods, which had seemed so menacing just moments before, now felt enchanted, filled with a quiet magic. The air was filled with the soft hum of the lanterns, a melody of hope. Hours passed, or maybe it was minutes. Time seemed to bend and stretch in the presence of the magical lights. Alara felt no fatigue, only a growing sense of anticipation and wonder. The lanterns led her to the edge of the Whispering Woods. And there, in the distance, nestled in a valley, she saw it. The familiar, twinkling lights of her own village. Home, the lanterns pulsed brightly one last time, as if in farewell, before fading one by one back into the velvet canvas of the night sky, their magic fulfilled. Alara ran the rest of the way, bursting out of the trees and into the open fields she knew so well. The air tasted of home. The story of the lost girl guided by magical lanterns became a local legend, a reminder that even in our darkest, most lost moments, a light can appear when we least expect it. It teaches us that sometimes all we need to do is have the courage to trust the magic and take that first step. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from the crossroads of magic and reality. See you next time.